for our boys. That is why I have decided not to reply, or I should say I have decided to ignore all the few generals or commanders on the ground. For instance, there have just been two of them, one in Lebialem, one in Fako, that have been influenced to make stupendous audios to attack seekers of the truth and activists who are fighting for their behalf to make sure that all monies is redirected to the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Southern Cameroonians, one of our preoccupations today is going to be this aspect of no to school resumption. We are all aware of how significant it is for us to battle this. And in my last live shows, I have been consistent on letting our people know that we cannot have anybody go to school. And this aspect have just been confirmed by a lot of people, including the observation from the UN official who spoke with Fombant of Fako County. As you are all aware, it is clear that the UN knows that we are two countries, two parties in a war, in an armed conflict, and this exactly means that we are putting our laws. I just said this last week, or my last live show just a few days ago, before, of course, it's last week before this audio came out. It is important for our people to be educated, and that is why God designed some of us to approach this revolution, because you know the background of any revolutionary, of any person ordained by God, is always starting from the beginning. You know, for God to have sent some of us to specifically study journalism and mass communication and to come to America just on time, it was because God was preparing us for this very fundamental task. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Southern Cameroonians, may I remind you that we will continue to fight and fight for our people, irrespective of the distraction that we have from within. There are many more enemies within than many more enemies without. And because we have understood those facts, we continue to soar like the eagle. You must all agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, that we have had a couple of ignorant, very, very ignorant people attacking activists who are calling for accountability. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're watching from. If you're watching from the Philippines, of course, it's good evening. You are almost going to 11:20 p.m. Soon you'll be midnight in the Philippines. For those of you who are watching on Ground 0, Ground 1, and Ground 2, of course, it's good evening to you. If you're in the United States of America, in the DMV area, it is, of course, good morning to you. We are yet to hit 12. And others who are watching from elsewhere, of course, they are already in their afternoon periods. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once more. We're going to keep the ball rolling. We already have quite a number of you who have come online today. And to let you know that today we'll start with the first disbursement of our financial struggle. Let me put it that way. We're struggling to raise money for the shutdown of schools. And today I'll be giving accounts for the first money that has entered so that everybody will be aware. And I will read the first names of all the people who have contributed on Cash App. We'll total it on live show here, and then we'll announce which county is going to take the first share. Of course, that county is Fako. And if you listen to what I'm going to read at the end of this show, if you do not get your name, you have the right to show me proof that you sent your money in whatever channel and that money did not get to me. If you send your money on Cash App, you would have my name on your Cash App. It would appear, and the amount and the time would appear. That's how Cash App works. So there's no way somebody would want to reduce he or herself to some scumbag or liar by trying to say that I gave you my money, I didn't hear my name. Of course, as you are all aware, we are not doing this because we lack trust. We are doing this because we want to increase trust. Of course, you must account for what people give you, because that is the essence of the new Ambazonia we want to build. Don't forget, the Cash App number is +1, or I'll just go direct, 202-390-2247. 202-390-2247. 202-390-2247. That's the Cash App number. And we will be waiting on you all for the pledges that you have made. We want to thank Power Action in Canada, who has pledged $1,000, and that is going to give at the end of mid-month. That will be sometime 15th of August. We want to also thank one of our brothers, Brother Emma, who has last night at exactly 1:43 a.m. I was actually doing something I didn't realize until this morning, that he had sent $500 into my Capital One. So I have to acknowledge all these monies. He did a Zelle transfer. So I have the $500 in my account from Brother Emma. I'm going to put all of that together. And Don Pasho also called me. I said I was going to give him directions on how to send this money. One of our other brothers called me from France, and I also told him I'll give directions because I can't receive money from Western Union, MoneyGram, or Where Remit. So I'm redirecting it to people who I'm confident are going to handle this money. For example, I was going to give Mola Edis contact, but we finally spoke, and I was knocked off by some very siesta, and so I'm going to put all of those together. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is primordial for you to understand that our commitment as fighters have not changed. We have only had a change in ideologies, and that is why we continuously strive for the better of the revolution. I want to let you know that this is the time for you to pick your sides, pick the real side, trust, and move on to focusing on those people or those groups that actually preach transparency, that preach against the various injustices within the revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Southern Cameroonians, I want to first and foremost thank all Ground Zero fighters, refugees as well, who have been very committed to the cause. Thank all of you who are watching from Ground Zero, I must say. I want to extend my sincerest condolences to the people of Moyoka, who witnessed 5 deaths this morning, and of course 4 were dumped at the GBHS Moyoka field, and 1 other girl was dumped around the police water, according to information we have gathered. And you see that this is just to show you what we are talking about school resumption. They kill people because yesterday, Sunday, the military of La Republique Cameroon, the terrorist military or soldiers, they entered Moyoka about 7 p.m. according to information, and they were shooting at Makanga indiscriminately. And so when the people got up this morning, they discovered 4 corpses dumped at the GBHS Moyoka, and they also discovered a young lady who was shot and dumped inside where they call police water. Now, what does this tell you? They kill people, throw them in the school. This is a clear sign for the international community to know that we are not going to have schools resume in Southern Cameroon. My name is Eric Tato, and I want to take the full responsibility for the shutting down of schools this 2019. Anybody, from principal to bossa, to vice principal to head teachers, that will go to school should not be spared. We have a law in our land, and I want to invite all restoration forces to arrest and detain anybody that will go to school. We have total insecurity, and we will not fail to assist in combating this aspect by arresting those who will decide to go against our rule. It is a new rule on the ground, and you can hold me accountable and responsible for this decision. There comes a time when somebody has to step out like we have done before to ensure that this new order is followed. We will not have anybody, whether you are a priest running a private school, a pastor running a Presbyterian or Baptist school, or you are just a PTA teacher running a particular lay private school, or you are government. We have said that we are at war. You have listened to the UN officials speak out there saying that these are 2 parties that are at war, and that the Cameroon government is trying to portray us as terrorists. That is why we are announcing at this time that we will not spare any teacher, head teacher, principal, or even to an extent, even parents who will decide to send their children to school. We will not allow you to act on your will. We will use the laws of the land, given that we are fighting an independence war. And you would all remember, ladies and gentlemen, that 3 years ago when we started this fight, it was based on the issue of languages in our schools and the need for better educational reforms. None of these reforms have been met. Yet we still have teachers in the likes of Ben Terence, Patasang, and even some civil society activists who are held behind bars, who are all parents and teachers to students out there. We also have students who are still held in detention, while we have millions of them in the bushes and refugee camps. These aspects have not been reinstated, and the people of Southern Cameroon have taken upon themselves to say that education is just one component of the independence movement, and we have denied, based on our own rights and the fact that we are fighting for freedom that we will not transfer to our generation. This generation has the obligation to win the war, against la République du Cameroon. And so we will not tolerate any Southern Cameroonian, any French Cameroonian, or any other person who tries to facilitate the genocidal agenda of la République du Cameroon, of Pobia Bimbondo, by forcing or trying to cajole and caress and placate our people to go to school. We have stood our grounds for 3 years, and we will not go to school, and that decision is final. If you see anybody promoting the school agenda, ladies and gentlemen, fellow restoration forces, you have my blessings to go ahead and arrest that person. We are at war, and we will not romance with people who try to recalibrate this aspect of our war back to a mere internal issue. This is an international crisis, and we are calling on the United States, the UN government, to take note that our people will not be fooled for 3 years, only for the same government who killed our children, our students, our pupils, who also arrested our leaders and detained them for not just cast trying to fool us to go back to school. We want to use this opportunity to send glaring warning signals to Amazonian elite in Yaoundé and beyond Southern Cameroons to know that we have declared them persona non grata. The Mengots, the Mbelamokis, and the rest of you, the Mafanis and the Tanganyipors. We do not want to see you anywhere close to our territory. We have ordered that once you are seen on sight, we have to consider you as an enemy, and we'll do what we do to soldiers while we shoot at war. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Southern Cameroonians, these are all decisions that we must all make sure that we initiate in our territory. We have denied the aspect of school, and this is a clear warning. Any other person who is a Southern Cameroonian who wants to ensure that they try to flat this particular decision, you are going to meet with repression from our restoration forces. We have given strict orders for principals to be arrested, bossers to be arrested, head teachers to be arrested, because that is the new law of the land. We have refused that we do not want school under certain conditions, and until our bargains are met, we will not tolerate anybody who tries to support the genocidal agenda of Paul Biya Bimbondo. We know all of us love school. I will not want to stand here and begin to pretend to the UN or to the US that we love school, but the conditions are not favorable. Everybody knows that the conditions are not favorable, and we will not continuously romance with the international community, given that everybody is already aware. After all, the US Senate has already held a resolution on this, calling on ceasefire and a couple of other things. Until we see ceasefire, the demilitarization of Southern Cameroons, the release of our political leaders, the release of our other activists, students and teachers from the dungeons in Yaoundé, Yoko, Boya, and of course Kongsamba and other detention centers across the colonial territory. We will not tolerate anybody who goes to school. And we have also just had information that the government of Cameroon has employed some principals or some military men to take guards and to be as principals. While we have also heard that some young military men have also been recruited as students and will be wearing uniforms and going to school. These are aspects that we will not tolerate. And based on this fact, and knowing fully well that these days the military also wears civilian attire, we will assume that anybody seen in uniform is also a military person, and the restoration forces will have the right to act in self-defense. You will not be surprised that we'll have instances where we'll have stampedes, where we'll have a lot of shootings, and something very drastic can happen in the course of this period. It is in your best interest to keep your children back home until this issue is finally resolved. Southern Cameroon is fighting for independence, is fighting for the restoration of the state of Southern Cameroon as declared by Sissoco Kabe Julius sometime on October 1, 2018. Therefore, based on this, we have decided that we are going to pursue this goal of the restoration until further notice. We all as a people, we continuously encourage any form of dialogue that the international community is willing to offer the Ambazonian people. But until those dialogues will be met, Ambazonia has decided that there will be no school across the 13 counties that make up Southern Cameroon. I speak with a lot of heavy heart because we will not tolerate anybody. I'm crying today, shouting on live show, because tomorrow you will cry if you go to school. If you have your brother who is a principal, your sister, your mother, anybody, tell them that military men are now in high school as students wearing uniforms, while principals are also soldiers in some schools. We do not care whether you are male, female, hermaphrodite, or whatever sex you are. Restoration forces have taken strict orders to implement what we want in our land. This is a time of war, and as rebels, we also have our laws. We will not have any law being given to us by the Yaoundé elite. We have decided that there shall be no school, and anybody who goes to school will be arrested, because that is part of the law of the world. We have said it, and there is no way we're going to go back to it. If you want to make sure that school resumes, you have to start by killing me first. If you have my head down there in the Republic of Cameroon, be sure, maybe, just maybe, you can have school resume. But so long as some of us live, we are going to ensure that we go to every extreme, including bargaining our freedom, to ensure that schools are shut down across the 13 counties. That is why we are doing this special fundraiser. We have already had close to what we're going to give FACO today. The cash app number is already read out there. It's 202-390-2247. For those of you who also want to send money by Western Union, MoneyGram, you have my numbers on my page. You can call and we'll give you directives on how to send. These monies will be used judiciously to implement the shutdown on school. We have Operation 10,000 people. If 10,000 people were to act like Power Action in Canada or Brother Emma here, who just sent $500 to my account, we'll be able to shut down this whole territory. This is the only option we have as a people, and we have decided that come rain, come shine, this is going to be shut down. My name is Eric Tato. I'm called the Gary Master. Anybody that will be seen going out there will be garried. There's going to be no school, and that is the new law of the land. We don't want to have anybody discussing school. We don't have anybody talking about the mission. We don't have anybody selling books. We don't have any Okada man trying to think that you transport students to school. We don't have any banks paying out any money to anybody related to school. So we'll take actions from today henceforth. Take actions to ensure that these issues are completely shut down. So fellow restoration forces, take guard, put your ears on the ground. Anywhere that you hear that they are conducting a mission, go there, arrest the principal, and keep them until after independence. That is the law of the land, and you have the right, because we are at war. And when we are at war, we don't compromise our actions with anybody that goes contrary to the independence of Southern Cameroons. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time for you to shine, because once schools resume, the UN General Assembly meeting will be holding here in New York in the USA. And the Republic of Cameroon will use that particular school resumption exercise with videos to change the narrative. We must stay firm as a people, get our collective resolve to make sure that schools are shut down. My name is Eric Tato, and all restoration forces have received sound order to guarantee anybody who goes to school. I've talked with those of Ambalan Kwifo, talked with some fighters from Manu, Fako, Lebialem, Kupe Maninguba, and they are ready to make sure that no school opens in Southern Cameroon. I want to let everybody, the international community, from the US Congress to the UN, that schools in Southern Cameroon are being used as command and control centers by the terrorist soldiers of the Republic of Cameroon. You have seen what has happened in Moyoka. They have just killed and dumped a corpse or 4 corpses, and we are taking action to ensure that this kind of killings don't happen again. We also take actions to prevent the deaths of people like our little sister, the nursing student who was killed in Gombram in Bamenda, to prevent the death of Little Mata and many other students and young people whose life have been wasted just prematurely. This is what we're going to do, and we stand the test of time. Try it and see what will happen to you. Any principal, any teacher, any bossa, anybody, if you don't arrest them in school, go to their houses, arrest them, and make sure they are arrested, whether in the market, in the houses, petrol station, bars, anywhere you find them, arrest them. They must not have any peace if they go anywhere close to the schools. This is the new law of the land, and the international community should know that it is our right, because we will not have people who are opening school to disturb the peace and the lives of our people. They are opening schools to help facilitate genocide in Southern Cameroon. Schools must stop, and that is how we're going to do it. So the cash app number is open. It's 202-390-2247. 202-390-2247. As you watch me, please drop what you can drop so that we'll give the first consignment to FACO. We still have $900 like we have raised so far, and some other monies that we'll announce. We'll read each person's name one after the other and according to what you've contributed before we move on. Now, that having said about school, I want to go to another aspect. Don't forget the cash app number, 202-390-2247. I want to go to another aspect. I want to thank Mark Barita, despite the controversy on social media, and to let all of you know that I'm giving my expert opinion as a journalist, as one of Cameroon's finest at the time, and probably as now Ambazonian. I must let you all know that we as a people must understand and decipher what is the truth and what is right. Mark Beretta has single-handedly, successfully destroyed CRTV. Yes, Mark has single-handedly and successfully destroyed CRTV. And that will take this caller very quickly. Hello? Yes, Mom? I'm okay. I'm live now. You have a contribution? Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so as I was talking, we have the obligation to ensure that all of us understand the truth on how things are working. You see, you must understand that I'm a journalist. Like yesterday, I wrote a headline that the saddest thing that has happened in Ambazonia. In the story, I was talking about some 2 addresses that I'm going to talk about it today. Now, the number is, somebody is asking for the number, is 202-390-2247. 202-390-2247. So now, when I wrote that headline, the saddest thing that has happened in Ambazonia, it could be the saddest thing in Ambazonian diplomacy, it could be the saddest thing anywhere. When you go there, you're reading or you're listening, you're seeing that I'm talking about some 2 addresses. That's what I was talking about. Now, the case of Mark Beretta, I want to thank him because Mark has finished CRTV. When you look at what Mark said, listen very attentively. Mark said something very different, but listen to what CRTV said. I'll just bring that up very quickly, just so that I can analyze. Quickly. Okay, let's look at this for a few minutes. Keep sharing as you join.
Thank you, Emanuela. Now, gentlemen and lady, you listen there to what Emanuela just said. Yeah. What particularly caught your attention during the week as the news was reported?
Yeah, exactly, Muki. The first thing is that there is time for everything. The Mark Beretta's confession on their role in playing on the current situation in the northwest and southwest of Cameroon. He came out clear on the video and said all the apologies, said all the things they have been doing wrongly. I mean wrongly, in the sense that they have derailed the destinies and the future of some Cameroonians in the parts of the northwest and southwest. That confession tells us that he has realized his mistakes and is coming out publicly to encourage others to also come out and abandon whatever they had as the cause, and let's come as one, talk on the agenda. The agenda, what is the agenda? Is it bad governance or what?
Okay, I'll end it there. Bad governance or what? And somebody, my friend, this is my small friend from Kugwe, they call him Bishop, whatever, that's his name there. He said, CRTV said exactly what Mark said. That is how you are fighting in Ambazonia to restore truth and democracy, and you are supporting lies. Bishop, I'm very ashamed that you go by a fake nickname Bishop and you don't know how to speak the truth. Is that what Mark said? Somebody said CRTV said exactly what Mark said. That's an Ambazonian who is spreading the lies from CRTV. CRTV, Mark has just buried CRTV. CRTV has proven beyond reasonable doubt that they are the same government propaganda machine. The fake CRTV made up of mostly amateur journalists. I'm saying this because these are things that Ambazonians, and an Ambazonian is saying that CRTV said exactly what Mark said. We all have those videos. Even what the Guardian Post wrote. The Guardian Post did not say that. Mark said that he wants us to be as one, or he has derailed people. No. Mark was very specific about an internal issue in the revolution, which many people have debated. Many people have debated this issue. Mark said that he lied to his followers, that we lied. He was not supposed to generalize it, but he said, and that's why CRTV is saying that he's using singular, that Mark, they call it the Mark Beretta apology. That is to tell the strength of Mark Beretta. That's why I see all of you who are making noise. I have a lot of queries with Mark, but I still stand with him when he gives his opinion based on issues that I don't agree. I don't agree. Okay, take for example, what Mark said, some people are putting me there, that, oh, Mark and Eric Tato. Has Eric Tato said the same thing that Mark said? No. The answer is no. The answer is clearly no. And Mark did not say that he has derailed people. Mark did not say that he doesn't believe in the independence movement anymore. That's not what Barrister said. Barrister simply said that he doesn't believe in the government, that the government was a lie. That is talking about, for example, if I say that I don't like one person who is from Kugwe, for example, does it mean that I don't like everybody from Kugwe? That's the question. No. Marx said that he doesn't believe in the issue of the government because Marx started propagating the issue of a revolutionary council. And that's why Mark also told the AGC that even you are running a government. He has asked them in groups, I'm there. Even you, AGC, you have a government. Everybody has some form of a government. Ashu Kingsley said the same thing. But Ashu Kingsley believes in a government like I believe in a government. Although I think that while we are keeping the government tight, we are also supposed to make a revolutionary council. So you cannot allow CRTV. What's CRTV doing? CRTV knows that what they are paddling there cannot help them in the international scene. So they are trying to work on the psychology of the local people. And it is our responsibility as Ambazonians to narrate exactly what Marx said. Narrate exactly what Marx said. Marx said that he doesn't believe in the IG. That's what Marx said. It is clean and clear. Not that he doesn't believe in the independence movement. Marx has never said so. Marx is an independentist known by the world. Everybody, every organization monitoring this revolution knows that if there are 1, 2, 3 real fighters, Mark Barrister is among. I have my arguments with Mark. We have queried everything in this issue. We have argued, and that fact is clean and clear. That Mark said his opinion, which I don't buy. It doesn't mean that because Mark is against your IG, you start saying that, hey, look at what CRTV is doing. It's only a stupid person that will peddle that kind of fake news from CRTV. Look at the poll go to CRTV. They pay that other one. He's saying that Mark said he has realized. Let's talk the agenda. Is that what Mark said? Has Mark ever said that we should come and sit and talk any bad governance with our Republic to Cameroon? No. Mark stands for outright separation. And in this case, I want to thank Mark for finally exposing CRTV, for bringing CRTV to real-time international debate, where the international community, including the U.S. Embassy in Cameroon, have noticed, they have read the Guardian Post. The Guardian Post did not say that Marx said that he doesn't want independence anymore. The Guardian Post said that Marx said that he lied to the people about the government. They lied to the people about football match. It's true. It's the truth. Where's the football match? I disagree with Mark about his perception of what the government should be. But Mark said about the football match, why it's called the stand or whatever, Dr. Sako said it, that he has already secured we're going to play. It's more than 1 year. We're not seeing that football match. Is that not a lie? Is that not a lie? So where did Mark lie? Mark simply told the people that they lied about these aspects. And if you come on Facebook, you don't accept what Mark is saying there. I don't know what you're saying. Mark makes his mistakes in the course of the discussion, but overall, we must agree that CRTV is only using it to peddle some false news. That's what Donald Trump calls fake news CRTV. Fake news. And these are the things that we must watch out for as a people. As individuals, we must watch out and make sure that we don't have people peddling all these gossips around us. I've made a video, and as a journalist, I know how people can change people's wordings. Every journalist is looking for the main thing, the little thing to amplify. They have sold their papers, they have made their debate, they are going to press, and that's to tell you who Mark Barrister is. Is he not an asset that we are supposed to protect? And you think a man who causes a whole nation to debate on a statement that he has made is a man that you come and say Mark is irrelevant? That is to tell you the strength that Barrister has. And I stand with him because I know that from henceforth, his utterances will be more followed. Mark said it, 27 lies. Go and read the thing that Mark wrote. And you have to ask yourself that Mark as an activist, this thing that Mark said, that is a lie. Is it truly a lie? The answer is yes. All the things that Mark wrote are part from his what he talked about the government that I don't agree. To me, I still support the government. I think that the government was and is still necessary. But I think that if Honorable River comes in with the Revolutionary Council, it will be better than the government. That's what I think. That's what I think. But Mark doesn't think that way. So what exactly is the problem that you people are trying to say that Mark? I'm a journalist. I received better training than most of those people on CRTV. Journalism and Mass Communication Department in UB is 3 years. 3 years that you do. You do 18 months, 3 years. You do 3 years, 100 and something of credits. All those small fake journalists in CRTV, they go to ASMAC. I'm sorry to say this. And they do 2 years. You can't compare that study with some people who went to university and did 3 years journalism. The only problem with them is that they have the direct employment because that one is a government stock and you don't have the bribe to get there. You want to tell me that those on CRTV, are they better than most of us who are out there who didn't work with CRTV? The answer is no. You have the best journalists on Equinox, Canada, and all the like. Why has Equinox not also analyzing the guy? Because Equinox speaks the truth. They have simply said what Mark said. Guardian Post has done the same. When the Horizon published that Mark Barata, Eric Tato declared personal non grata. Listen to me. I picked that paper. I did not attack the publisher. I asked somebody to send me the content. When I read it, that man was talking about what Field Marshal said about Mark and I, and that is the truth. It's a headline saying that Field Marshal has declared us personal non grata, but that is by his own capacity. And if you take that paper, you don't go to read the details, you start attacking the publisher. Because I'm a writer, I'm a journalist, I stayed calm until I got the content. So you people should stop this nonsense. Mark did not do anything. Yes, until people are making noise, you are writing me, you see what your friend has done, you see what your Mark has done. What has Mark done? What has Mark done? Mark spoke his own ideas of the way he put it, because he's a heavyweight communicator. The TV stations took it. It's all over, because that is the strength of Mark Barata. Today you want to, I'm a journalist, a trained journalist. I earned my degree. I went to school and I earned it. A trained journalist. I know how journalists can change things. Okay, take for example, when the U.S. Senate released a resolution, what angle did I take? I said 9 senators, they invoke who? West Coast murder case. Because I got interest in West Coast. Another journalist will say, a CRT journalist will say, U.S. senators call for back to school. It depends on your level of commitment, the intention of the writer. There are various points there. Mark can never be an idiot. He's so intelligent that most of us, we should know that he has his role that he's playing, and will not allow any conspiracy to knock down the enthusiasm of a fighter. Of course, I know who Mark Barata is. I've fought with Mark. We have inbox audios that we have exchanged, insulting ourselves. But it ends there because I know his intention. If Mark were a bad person, that is why, of all activists, everyone that come and hit Mark on issues, call for accountability, I see tell people that Mark is a fighter. I take this time to talk about him, to let him know that I don't support his idea of the fact that we don't need a government, but that's his idea. But I stand with him that he has finally buried CRTV. He has shown the world that CRTV is indeed fake. CRTV cannot go and make a debate on a topic that a man did not say. And some Ambazonians are happy, they are clapping. Oh, Mark said this, Mark did not say that. That one is nonsense. The international community is watching. Everybody knows what Mark said, and everybody has seen it. So if you think that if Mark were supporting the IG and fighting every day for Dr. Sako, and if he said this thing, you people not look at it. You just bury it. But because you think that your problem is not because Mark did anything wrong. Your problem of amplifying it is because you think that Mark is not supporting you, the people of Sako. That's your problem. The same way you're also waiting for my mistakes. That is why you're not even ashamed to put me in the Mark stuff. Say Eric Tato and Mark. Did I make the same statement with Mark? Did I make the same statement with Mark? You have to treat people according to their responsibility. That's why I'm holding your gang for the money that they stole from the Amazonian people. Did I hold everybody in the IG? I held particular people. So Mark takes responsibility for what he said, and by my measure, by my expert evaluation as an activist and a journalist par excellence, Mark Barata is on track, 100%. What he said is in the exact fashion of a revolution. He's made his opinion. He said the lies that the IG told us, that you and I know that they are lies. Where's the football match? Where's my trip to Boya? You people lied to us. I'm repeating it. You lied to us. Sako's team lied to us about all these things. Apart from the decolonization committee, that I know that Dr. Sako's name was actually on the list with Dr. Ayim. They were supposed to go to the UN before something happened. When we accused Capo that he called the UN. But we had a chance to go there before things got messy. Either by Capo or the Republic or whosoever. But that one was there. So that is probably the only thing that Mark gave an idea that he did not have the insight. But for the rest of the thing that Mark said, Mark did not lie. Mark did not lie. Okay, you should go back and ask Dr. Sako that where is the match between Amazonia and Kurdistan? Where is the match? I mean, these are key aspects that you should be asking. Where is the match? Where is the match? Where is the match? That's the question. Where is 480 million of my trip to Boya? That's the question. Where is it? Where is the office address at Wisconsin Avenue? Where is it? So when you ask all these questions, you see that after all, Mark just spoke the truth. And these are internal aspects in a revolution. Now, I want to draw our attention to something very important. Don't forget the cash app number, 202-390-2247. I'll check if anybody has sent something extra so that we'll know what to do. Okay. 202-390-2247. Now, we'll read at the end of the show. So please, As you're watching, you can contribute letter. Those of you on Cash App, all of you, make sure that you come out here and support the counties. We will not take no calls now. We'll take calls later. So now, this is what we are saying. We have remained on the facts. And the facts are clear that Mark Barita did not lie. He did not lie to anybody. He spoke the truth. And he gave his opinion that is widely disregarded by me, Ashu Kingsley, and other activists on the issue of the government. I stand with the interim government. I stand with it, but I have a better idea of what the Revolutionary Council can do. So do not say that, oh, Mark has helped us. Mark has helped us very seriously, Nancy Jan, thank you, very seriously to ensure that we expose CRTV the more. CRTV is a disgrace to communication. It's a pure disgrace. We must all accept that CRTV has disgraced herself very seriously. And I want to thank Mark Barita for that. Those of you go around the person, go and read. Look at what Mark said. Mark was talking about internal politics, and CRTV said that he's sorry that should come out because they're looking for everything to hang on. And this is the only way that you all should know that you have actually succeeded. Mark alone succeeded in destroying CRTV. That's how disgraceful. I'm going to write an article on this. Put Mark on the front line. How Mark destroyed CRTV with one outing. Because a man goes and he's saying that Mark said that he's sorry that he has derailed who? Is that what Mark said? Mark did not say that. Mark has never said that he has derailed this, he has not derailed that, he has derailed this. Did Mark say that? No, Mark did not say that. So we all must agree that the time has come when CRTV has finally been disgraced. CRTV has been disgraced. Mark was very clear, and that's why, as a communication expert, I stand with Barita to say that Mark, march fire. March fire, you have my support. And you have the support of the other 7.9 million Ambazonians who have their heads up. Thank you so much. We'll leave it at that. We have a proposal from a follower to change the topic because everybody has understood that. We'll go to the next thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to invoke Martin Luther King Jr.'s ideology. You see, in Ambazonia, what we are trying to build a society of principled people. You know, America, the United States of America, Norway, the UK, everywhere in the world, Cameroon, Uganda, they have the same systems, almost the same. If there is a court in America, there's a court in Cameroon. If there is a parliament in America, there's also a parliament in Cameroon. Now, the thing that Ambazonians have to know is that all these institutions, they exist everywhere. But what we need, we don't need institutions. We don't need strong institutions because we need principled people. Excuse me, before strong institutions. Get my logic. And this is where we come in the case of Ambazonia. While we are fighting to shut down schools, we must also fight to make people who invest money to bring back the money. If we don't, listen, to be a principled person, for example, somebody can say that he or she is a vegetarian. It's not because vegetarian is an institution. It's something that exists. And it takes a principled person to be converted to something else. Lion can still eat grass. If you don't know, lion fit chop grass. Goat fit chop meat. Now just principle. Say goat don't decide say they chop now only grass. So to go by being a vegetarian is a principle. Principle. Listen, the same Toyota Camry where they for America, when a 5 pole they carry on a 4, 3 for back, 1 for front, 1 driver. Now the same Toyota Camry where they for Cameroon where they carry 10 people. The same motor you wear seatbelt for, now the same motor for Cameroon they need wear seatbelt. The same motor you put child lock and put picking the chair for back boot before you carry the picking. Now they say they for Cameroon because not because say that law not the Cameroon. Now because for America, yeah, first and foremost you be principled. So it must take a principled people to build a very strong society. So that's what we have to know. So we as activists, we must decide for build people that principle, so that no man can support investment based on the fact that within a revolution. No man no see Martin Luther King Jr. when he was fighting for America, for whites, for this black segregation, white supremacists. Even when Nelson Mandela was fighting against apartheid, the highest people then when they oppose them, they've been people within their ranks. Remember, I said most of these were black brothers. They be fight for injustices across the world. Now black people they be kill them. Look, Patrice Lumumba. All man we don't die like black brother killing. And me, I not say for me, the person who kill me not be even a republic. Now Ambazonian. where it dey against my ideology. No be even la Republic. Now Ambazonia go first person go kill me. But I need fear for die, unfortunately. Now why that way? I fit go me any bar for Maryland, for DC, for Chicago. I go anywhere where Ambazonians I drink, leave my glass, turn, decide if I can take the glass or not, depending on my instincts. I need fear nothing. Now, Martin Luther King, he be get very strong principles. Martin Luther be talk say injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. What did Martin Luther mean by that? It means say even as you fight injustice against the Republic of Cameroon, because what you fight against the Republic of Cameroon are injustice. Means say for inside Ambazonia for the revolution, if you support the injustice where Sako and the team don't do and for chop my trip to Boya, it means that automatically you support the injustice for the Republic, the genocide. Now I talk say I will talk about the issue for the two addresses. Why this kind as the saddest thing. Some people they can't run their mouth. Say, oh, don't kill many people for down. Escape say that one not sad past the address issue. And I tell them, say no. Because as a writer, I decide to put that headline because I measure them as very sad. Saddest, not in terms of the fact, say, I compare them with the phenomenal killings on the ground. That won't be too sad. Accepted. But sad because I not be still understand how some people defeat the America, they fool people. Now another lie that with the long lie where Mark will still write up. If you can go number 27 lie, say we write an official letter. Go for the letter where I put up from my wall. If I don't always screenshot them, I do a small video where they take an address where I be condemn them, say that address didn't exist. They forget to not don't move that address to that letterhead. They go take new address. They write them for this saying that the new address is Georgia Avenue. Well, I'll go there. They'll come show me that list. And I'll teach the people there's something. They write saying that the new address is, but for under, they forget the other address. So you take one letter, you address them for US Congress. They get two different addresses. Who will ever take you serious? Letter where when a so-called president sign them. Listen, me I don't talk say, and I want to make the declaration. I want to report them. I want to repeat and say, somewhere a commissako, in the represent Ambazonia for no place. When I want to like you, I fit down a vex. It be very clear. And man make a man and say for any revolution. We'll get Cho Ayaba, we'll get Akwanga, we'll get Boheba, we'll get John Baku, we'll get Mac, we'll get Tapang, we'll get Eric Tato, we'll get all those activism. We'll get Pan Fongalafo, we'll get Pali Tumbe. But any revolution get one leader, one universal natural leader. Wait for our case, for South Africa at that time, it been a Mandela. For our case now, Sisiku. Not because say na Manyuman, no. Now because say, even the world, all newspapers, they recognize it as the leader of the separatist movement. Whether we can't get which faction here, now the man that will remain leader when they well know it for the revolution. I go for US Senate, we must accept that one first. That will not be politics. Now say any revolution for the world. So all the two Nakata may say impeach this, and I make noise this. Now the one man that way they well know it first before any person. Where any history the one item they will put an name. So that is the point. So Martin Luther King Jr. talks with him. He say injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. Imagine say an activist in flag two addresses for one document. One document. Well, what's that even talk? You go. Now in this way, it be very clear. Huh? You go for it. I just come on very quickly. For tell you say, this is a pure disgrace. Mercy. Now, okay. You come for it. Now the letter this. You get the first address to the letter. It's there for that wall. The first address to the letter, it is show waiting. It is show 6218 Georgia Avenue, Northwest, Washington, D.C. Okay, now the first one. For this very letter, wait there for here. You come under here, you get a different address for the same letter. Different address now waiting. 35 Wisconsin Avenue, Northwest, Washington, D.C. Different suit number for one letter. Then when you make and you put a headline say the saddest thing that happened in Ambazonia, instead for people them for can't understand. Say you talk about this particular thing, they skip the topic. They talking about the headline. Wait till the headline never do with the aspect where it be wrong. You got to first of all agree. Say which way this journalist is talking. Now fact, any man write caption differently, headline differently. The way you name your picture, not be so I name my picture. I think name my picture. Say oh look as Eric Tato is standing. Some of them say oh Eric Tato stood with a very wonderful German star. It depends on the journalist where they write that thing. So we all got to understand. Say. We as a people, we have to point at this thing because wait Sako do now a big disgrace for international diplomacy. That letter don't wait twist and throw. So these are the things that I'm telling us. Open our eyes. Say we not get one letter with two addresses. And when I tell somebody recognize me and say, he get what to do with me. No, he not get nothing to do with me. Now whether we anyone come from that put the DC contribute because they know say yes truly this money will go directly on the ground. will continue for appeal. At the way they say Joshua Carr, Fakobi, delegate Joshua Carr, come here so that I go take their own money. Once they don't reach $2,000 or whatever amount, we'll send them directly for Fako, and maybe for the next live show they can acknowledge. Now, I want to do this thing very clearly. We don't already pass that stage where we go fear Martin Luther King Jr. talks say injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. When Martin Luther be the fight, white man be hating, black man be hating, all man be hating. Better way die. They can't put Martin Luther King holiday for America. You go from Maryland to Washington D.C. to Illinois to Missouri to New York to Alaska to basically all the states in America. Martin Luther a placard day. Martin Luther King Jr. Highway, Martin Luther Jr. Parkway. It did all over for America because they recognize that man. But time they fight that fight, they not be like it until if you imagine say man like Martin Luther what is celebrating today, when a priest they be still assassinated, they be hated. What about me, normal man? Normal Eric Tato, where your commercial tato activism. Who you feel say people like me? Now they talk some different truth. No man will be like me. Especially the people they support Sako. So you are the support Sako. Martin Luther the talking for you. Say injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. So if there is some man is supposed to embezzle money, it can't get excuses. Instead of I want like say after John and the rest of the people the way they don't come to accept. Because they don't see everyone wonder is not going to make another video for softening the temperature, but he don't talk the truth. Say Sako get for can't tell see my continent will not be get money, they take money, invest and for marijuana and the rest. Will not be get that kind of thing. Put the take money, invest and for marijuana, and then we assume say we as a people we go just shit on quiet. No, we'll not ever shit on quiet. We'll not ever shit on quiet as a people. We must all agree, say these people they don't do some very terrible mistake, and as a people, maybe we agree say we all feel hold these people accountable. We feel hold them, they indeed understand say this thing what they do it be completely wrong. And why I don't change the course of this revolution? Would they take the responsibility for shut down schools? We need the wait and say spiritual Sako can make and shut down schools. Or wait a Christian or Catholic will shut down school. Would they take the necessary measures? I don't talk with defense groups them. Yesterday I began me to Ambalan Quifo. They don't assure me, say no school no go on for Bali and all those areas. We'll talk now when we send money. Ambalan Quifo get small money for a coffers. They say they will give you $500. But I feel they propose me they leave them because they fight for defense. Me they just leave them for Bafude for Bali. We'll small race and we'll get for county Didian. For Meza, you go know how you go give small for Bafood, small for this place so that we shut down Meza. All the major schools they get for shut them down. So you know come for Nakadi support, put their own thief money. And when they want to talk on it, who's on old Jews day? Who's a blue army day? It be Martin Luther King Jr. they talk for you. Say injustice aim for your house. If you treat their applicants away, no go ask someone go be they say you're a wonderful person. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. That's what Martin. Not be mad write that thing. Those are scholars. Because would it be principled society? Why you feel say police or Cameroon they take bribe? You have America they fear for take bribe. Not because say he work camera for his skin. No, now because he be principle say bribe no fine. But for the very America, some police and they take bribe. And remember some they go nightclub. They say, oh man, not enter because I know ID card. I give the security man $100. He want the man enter. They say you are mad. I go to go bring the ID card. You understand? I tell you, so we still get corrupt people from America. But majority of the people they be principled. So you say elections, Cameroon elect them. Not be say they need to talk about free and fair election. Everywhere in the world they talk about free and fair election, but the election is never free and fair in Cameroon. Though they get institutions them because they not get principled people. If the man where they go for what can't vote, he be principled. You know, vote DCPDM. So that is what we want. We want principled people in Southern Cameroon, not people that they support corrupt people them because they don't already change the whole dynamics of how we fight. You therefore they can attack person the fight against corruption. Say more live and more rich boy. More live to me, more rich boy. How? That's the question. We got to fight all these things, all these injustices. Sako don't take money. 480 million be unaccounted for. That is a fact. Where is the money? The question I got for the act of discussion, but yes, audit has come out. Especially the audit can be against Sako. No, the audit instead can mess up Sako. It can show clean and clear. So plan B come away. Sako don't sign. Say who's the money there for plan B? Who's $100,000 there? That is the point. When I tell the audit is hard, we will not see where it's supposed to. Because you have decided not to see where your thief has stolen. Your son steals, you refuse. Your wife steals, you refuse. You tell that kind I don't know how to put them. Somebody has stolen very clearly, like we have seen it, and when I say me can't continue. You know, we represent me now. What I don't talk say, me and Sako is coming. We don't cut. And I'll continue to talk because now he remains a thief in the revolution until they bring this money back. And you cannot tell me to stop talking. This and now the internal politics of the revolution, it need to affect anybody anyhow. The only people the way they cause chaos for international community, that the people the way Martin Luther King Jr. referred to them as supporters of injustice anywhere. Because if Abikato says Sako, you don't take money, now money the way all they don't talk. Who said the one day John get one take them? John will not account for their own. Yet now open yes Sako work with them. Yet now instead of Kato, yes not true. If all we get one talk say yes not true, the money don't lost. Every Kato talk not true. The way Mola one on your Kato. If all we stand, we never get credit for social media. Sako will not come naturally. But because they on the defend criminal, now it take the advantage, it multiply more fake propaganda. Okay, I think we have come back. Yes, so the connection has come back. It's unfortunate that they tried to interrupt me. So all those who are watching, let's bring everybody back on board and then we'll continue. So that's how bad it is. So, like I've been talked before they try to interrupt me. So anybody watching the video, say and say go check some more before you come back. So the point is very clear. Say we get for adopt Martin Luther King Jr. is time for fight the revolution. Mo no say anywhere where injustice they mean say injustice they everywhere. No way, no the way as a people we feel the talk say, oh no, we live on. We not live nothing. 480 million we fight as they die for ground. We just struggle now for trying to get money for shutdown. And then you get put the Ladila Republic edge where they call it this Babila way to Kelly. They talk about useless revolution and stuff like that. How it not be useless? When we get for make sure say we put your government for trouble. They don't say on another multiply fake profile and just like Sakona, they disturb all over. And they talk the one based on the grounds, on the facts we get on the table. All una Bishop waiting for Kugwe, all una the rest, una get for join this action. Una get for join the action. We will open call lines in 5 minutes. We'll bring back because we don't get more than how many put them before connection can go this step. So we'll bring back everybody. So we almost agree. Say this is the problem we are facing. We fight for revolution. We quote revolutionaries. We quote people that don't fight revolution before we. Yet we need to follow their principles. Yet we deny for adopt the thing that they do. Waiting Martin Luther be talk. He say injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. Go read them. Now Martin Luther talk. When we say every inside your own revolution. Okay, we'll take a few calls and now while we will try to build the platform again. Anybody come back, one shame will bring all man on board. So we'll get a couple of people then where they won't call. So the lines will be open. You will have to call now. We'll get anybody who won't call. Once you call, we'll take them 202-390-2247. That's the number that for cash app. So we'll get anybody. Mr. Carol, don't get first caller on the line today. Hello?
Yes,
Yes.
thank you for calling.
Yes.
John, brother Eric. I hope I want
Yeah, that's Colonel Atta John, right?
I want to talk for all man today. The all man insults are welcome, but the truth is the truth. Speak the truth and share my devil is my motto. My fellow brothers and sisters of Amazonia. The bitter truth I will tell you now today, and I say, I will remind all men say, before they will launch anything, like my trip to Boya, Dr. Samuel Sako, he come live, he tell me, say, I only take sides for anything I talk about. Dr. Samuel Sako come live, talk to me, say, if anything happen with this money from my trip to Boya, hold me responsible. That was the speech of Dr. Samuel Sako when Dr. Samuel Sako talk about. Haters can block me, haters can insult me, no problem. But I will speak the truth and share the devil. Dr. Samuel Sako say if the money lost me, they hold me. Since us now, the money don't get problem. When I leave Dr. Samuel Sako, go the whole Bongo, the whole Caribbean, the whole this. This is to tell you, all of you people, accusing others about the body, say, will not be thief. Because if you go inside an organization, you cannot allow the head manager and you go and arrest the departmental manager. The money is with Sako. Sako has to bring the money. He is responsible for that. Based on the saying, each affidavit or the difference enough affidavit so we be up to now. So Dr. Sawe Sako is solely responsible for my treatment. Stop accusing Secretary Chris. Stop accusing Mr. Kabila. Stop accusing Bobo. Stop accusing one another. Accuse Dr. Sawe Sako for the money. That is the rules of management inside an organization. Example, the ones waste on the bond. La Republic arrest now. La Republic arrest board of directors. Why no go arrest the common workers then? So when you common sense would have stopped of you put blame to people where the blame is not supposed to be. And then the dead side, anyone will hate me, be hater. But I will talk through. And anything when I talk about the revolution, I will always say it as it is. Anyone will like a me wait say one. But Dr. Sawe Sako, I will hold you responsible because you made a speech. Hold me responsible when the money get headache. Now why not Dr. Sawe Sako? I know the spare Dr. Sawe Sako that one. If Dr. Sawe Sako was pushing not in the money, he do the right thing. Now he power now.
Thank you.
He use the power. Dr. Sawe the head for the money. All others say they saw people they receive the money. Then from them who knows the Dr. Sawe Sako is okay. People they walk and talk say Eric don't compare me to 2 million savings before I talk the talk I saw Luna. Eric never even pay me the money. Me I the talk now with the brother. Me any man not pay me anything say I make mistake. Eric never pay me no money. I swear over my body. If Eric don't take
No, that Colonel, that's fine. No even need for emphasize on that. You know, say now so then the issue I say the truth. You don't take time before you understand because you don't see a lot of proof. And I like the fact you not be just rush into judgment. So I thank you for the support and everything. We'll take another caller. Okay, we'll take another caller. Yes, so other person will call me. Hello. 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 Yeah, you want to participate on the show? Okay, go ahead. Yes. Yeah, hello? Okay, you can call the WhatsApp number. I'm gonna take this other caller. I'll try for hello?
It's comrade.
Yes, bro.
You.
Thank you.
Yes, Asha.
Okay, I'm getting me. Go ahead. Okay, you hold the line for the other side. Yes, we talk. Yes.
I want to thank you for the good job that you're doing.
Thank you. Oh, well, boy, you can just call back. I think this line is not good. Okay, the other caller, go ahead for the other phone.
Yes, comrade Tato, I salute you.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
Asha, I want to hear the voice of the people, just like the people don't hear your voice, they don't support truth. Hear the voice of the people. Block the guy with the watch with my country people. They block it for the platform. No one hear whether one leave the medical here. No one made a hear anything. Don't hear enough. Fair block it first before I continue. I beg block it, my country people.
I never know that. I need to see the my country people. Just go ahead. I will find the blocker after. You just take note of the aggression and community block it later.
Very sure no pass. We no comment again. Just block in the last day for the platform. I want to thank Abazonia. I want to thank John Atta because he don't see the truth and he don't believe in the truth. We no get for blame Tabe Young them. Sakuna na Hems man. He did like they top for that trip for my trip to Boya and I be there for head machine. If that machine get accident, I go see what happen. I don't cost my trip to Boya. Sako is a common criminal, is a stone thief. We no fit run bad governance. One create our own government. We go to bring another fee man for one and America became living for revolution. Anybody where they suppose Sako for the revolution, it be worse than the my country people. It be worse than La Republic to Cameroon because the time the way you did die, people they support an old lunatic for the way they call us Sako. Sako now Sako don't hold this IUD 73 pastors and one catechist put up a corner because he knows he no get any play for go. He want come for this who go pay house rent, who go pay picking the school fees. So you know if he come out, he go do everything within his power for remain for that place. So more kick it out because na idiot, you know, be made na persona non grata. And I recall on every ambassador more support the revolution, especially the issue of school shut down, more shut down school completely. We don't need that nonsense. If they keep people from Moyoka go down back for school, it's a clear sign they don't want school. And therefore anybody will castigate Mark Barata has done something that half of the time they will do for the revolution about because it don't disprove CRT be open in the air.
Yes.
So you and Mark now wanna be light for the revolution. Now wanna hold the torch because we don't stuck inside mud. Now na whole touch for Shui Road, no man over go for dry land. I would only go for dry land. Any obstacle like circle, so okay for take them off. And Bazunia, I go for your county now. I would look for a best way for a revolutionary council. Put the revolution first, go for your county, contribute just for the particular lockdown for this school period. No tell the Republic and I will control our land. This is nonsense. We'll not continue the way. Thank you, comment Eric. Keep on doing the work you're doing. But before I go, I beg you for God's name. Block the my country people na devil block it, don't cause for a fight that they don't die. Block it. If you don't block it, block me.
Okay, thank you. We'll take another call as another person to call. So when I say almighty call, na strange number, I not get the number then from my phone if you see them. So we'll take the next caller. We'll take the other caller. Hello? Yeah, my brother, you never move away from the receiver. Yes, but go ahead.
Yes, the Rock himself, this one, Silas, I really...
Hey, Silas, I tell for hi New York.
New York is fine, man. New York is fine, but the pain on ground zero bleeds our hearts. But the spirit is strong and always ready.
Thank you.
Always ready, yes. I've been tied up, but I feel the need to participate for your program here, particularly on this, for come in on this school issue matter because it be that important. Me, I feel to make what people, especially what mommy and papa, and even what brothers and small brothers, the way they around, way they go tell them, say me they go school. If I say make they understand this message, it's as serious as the revolution itself. The whole issue for this school resumption and whatever. All of we like the animal way enough you get the picture how you don't paint them. The incidents the way it go on right now, we just come out for that Congo village where they really care who they kill them. And then they come now for this situation. So they keep people and dump them for school. There is no person, no the way any further explanation for which way it go on right now. And for any man where you can make any diplomatic argument for whether it be right or wrong for we for begin to stop this school, will be at war. And there are conditions that each side want to get before things they go on. So it be right for we for to make these demands, man. Any other person can make a contrary argument. Be completely wrong. If La Republic never make any concessions as far as our demands and don't be since this revolution start, why then we could make any concession in any way for either get back to school or begin to give back to them, if not the capitulation? And if at all we capitulate, for what reason? What we wouldn't get out of this. So any man when he preached this idea of school, I don't care whether a father or a bishop or a pope, the person is just talking nonsense. For insecurity reasons, nobody not supposed to let it begin go for school. No teacher. For their own security, because this one is security measure, not for the stopping of schools, but for the security of our persons and property in Amazon.
Thank you so much, Salas. May I just take the opportunity for read some put away the undo some cash app contribution. Read one name. We get brother Alfredo. You don't give $100. Brother Taze, he give $100. Brother Taze in Wisconsin, I say right over here. He give $100. We get brother Chi, or not Chi, yes, brother Chi don't give 20. Is it $20? I think so.
Put me down for 50 for that Faco.
Thank you so much. Okay, no, but Chi wanna be 20 now. Or Chi actually some different transactions. I will read them because anyone know your name. Me make sure say you indicate brother Allen from Delaware, you give $100, and if you get after the show we don't end. Then brother Matthew say for supporting the BLM County $50, but we'll send an offer for code that will open the BLM on later. Mommy Bridget, you give $100. Brother Simo give $50. Brother Gosangaya give $150. Brother Gideon you give $100. Sister K, if we give $100, I think so far now, which you don't receive them, and then we don't get some new person don't send to other money now. Or let me see, go down. The cash number at 202-390-2247. 202-390-2247. Now the cash app that. So in total we get $900. Now in this, then one of our brothers, brother Emma, he don't send $500 from my bank Capital One. He send them by Zelle. So altogether, I don't get $1,400 cash. So any man way I don't read here, anybody hear a name. Okay, Salas at there for give $50. He will send after this. It will go $1,450. So we need 2,000 for give Fako. So at the back send them I watch you and I try to make up the money. We get 202-390-2247. After this, I'll call Joshua Carr. And then don't pass it until they will send our anybody don't pledge. We will make sure say money reach Fako. Fako will make acknowledgement for the amount they don't receive them from we, and then we'll put them out there for our page. From there we'll move from Fako. The next county we'll go to Ngokutunja. So we'll go to Ngokutunja. From Ngokutunja we'll come for Kupe. I will put my county last because of my county. And I remember say most times when people talk about tribalism, they laugh. So Mr. Salas, thank you so much. We'll leave you now.
Yes.
So at the way you have $50 now.
Absolutely.
Well, you got anything to talk about this issue? Will they put the handicap contribution? We'll take the other call while you stay on the line. Hello?
Yes, take that call, but I want to make some statement.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I want just assure other people that say there is need to seek other ways for educate. Not be must for go school right now. We'll get for especially what other people the way they be in control or leadership they made a work with some of us who know some other ways that people can use to educate themselves that they can follow apart from risking their lives. So that one be very important. Say make leadership take that into consideration. So that make the idea of any man we in need for go school, which is totally uncalled for at this moment, given the security situation. No money to do anything wrong, be anything.
Thank you so much, Salas. So
thank you.
Exactly. Yes. So we'll take next caller, Salas. Thank you so much. So the number now 202. Salas, you will pin my number for wall since we watch this show. Just pin my number. Any man see him. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So Salas will pin my number 202-390-2247. With the back all ambition number man fee. Thank all now for seeing the truth. We need not just the kind of truth for the great Ambazonia. I imagine say I take money, we want shut down school, then I take the money, I chop them. School will go on. If I not chop the money, or if I not chop the money, imagine if they not do the effective work, me school resume, we'll do something more chance at least we try for stop school. We'll take this other caller. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, thank you for the marvelous job you are doing. I'm just following directly like this. I'll just leave the internet now. So I just take this opportunity just to greet all our children, those our boys and girls in Ground Zero, that they are doing marvelous job. I'm telling you, they really have that determination. They really have that courage. I pray that God should continue to lead them through to go to carry this problem. They should not take any hearings from the La Republique agents and so on to confuse them. So I also take this opportunity to start by asking, first of all, a question. The question I want to ask is that, what can we, the Christians or the believers, what can we show to unbelievers to see that we are doing the right thing so that they can follow us? Because all what is happening, I can't believe again, because I don't know whether really we are Christians or we are believers or we are only churchgoers or we just want people to know that we are children of God. So that question, I just ask it because what is going on, it doesn't show at all that we are really the children of God. I don't know. Because if I'm hearing that people takes money to buy marijuana or what, that is not what a godly feared child can do. So it is really paining me. I am just damn worried.
Thank you, Mom.
Concerning this problem of my trip to Boya, I am just fed up with. I can't even believe how it can reach up to this extent. For me, I just feel that my trip to Boya, when I was contributing at first, I did not even take note. The last time when I contributed, I I gave 100 euro. Then after I could not see any reply. After some hours, then I saw they sent me a flashback like this, that you have sent, thank you for contributing 80 euros. I said, how can it be 80? So that time I think I tried to call you because I could not understand, but I took it, I just leave it. From there I stopped contributing because each of my money, any single franc I'm contributing for this struggle, I always dip it in the blood of Jesus. And I advise all our people that are in this continent, in Africa, in all 7 continents in this world, they should understand that when they are giving their little dime, they should dip it in the blood of Jesus. Because when you dip it in the blood of Jesus, somebody take it to do his or her own thing, God will judge that person seriously. And if you are taking somebody's money that you don't refund, the last day of your life that you leave this world, you will never see the kingdom of God. That one is true and clear fact. From today, people that are contributing, if you are contributing, you must put your money in the blood of Jesus. That money must go to the correct channel you are sending it. Because if somebody take it to misuse it, I don't understand. You pay the consequences. Okay, I come back to our Dr. Tako, our interim government. I know this thing has happened. It has hooked him on the neck because maybe he has not used the money. But this he said it for the last show I watched at him. He said anything that goes wrong for our trip to Boya, accountability, he is responsible. That one is fact. So all this one that are saying Tabenyang and so on, but I want to call down my brother Tabenyang to tell him to come and clear off his conscience, because last time he said that they did not even call him for auditing and so on. Let each and every one of them that has collected a single franc, because they only tell the amount they have given to people, but they did not say the expenditure. That is how it is. They did not say, okay, they have received like this, this is what they spend, and this is what is remaining, or they have used all. They did not say it, they just leave it like that. So people can never be happy. For this world, this overseas that all of us are here, we are struggling to have a single franc. Then you struggle, you squeeze yourself to send 1 franc for a purpose to help our people, our children that are dying, there were parents, our friends, and mothers, and so on. Then somebody takes it and embezzle for something else. I don't think that it is correct. Another topic I want to say is that I don't see really before God and man, as I'm saying like this, my heart. If somebody comes today and said they are sending me money so that I do a purpose, like this purpose that the blood is flowing down there to our children. Then somebody give me the money. They propose that as they're giving you, or you will be our leader, I will be paying you as. I will say no. We have not yet got a country. If they are paying renters for a president, I don't see a president that the parent for him. A president must have a house that is built at this presidential palace. They don't contribute to pay that palace. They don't pay it. So all of us we have. Please just excuse me, because what I'm saying is really paining me to see that most of the people are doing voluntary job in this in this our problems of installing our independence. All of us must be voluntary, must do it without receiving any salary, must do it without even asking for any help. You must remove, even if I'm a president, I will remove money from my pocket to support the struggle. I will not sit to wait so that people contribute. Then I use that money instead to buy. People are dying in the bushes. They don't even have protection for mosquitoes and tarpaulin and so on. No food, no treatment for when they are wounded. They don't have medical care. They don't have their houses that have been burnt. Then you people contribute money and give to me, a president, to pay his house, pay his movement, pay. That means a person that does not have a human feeling. I'm sorry to say that. Okay. That means the person does not have a human feeling. If I have that, I really have that human feeling that as I am here. with what is touching me, although I don't have that money, that too much money, but the little I have, I must cut a little. Even my children here in the house, I used to tell them, yes, you know, people are struggling. I have to keep this one for these people. I have to keep this. That is why you see me when I gather, it reached like last month, just last 2 weeks, I sent you 300.
Yes, $300. Yes.
That $300. Yes, I sent you $300. I said, please give 100 to Fako, give 100 to my 100 for it. So I divided it like that. Not that I have too much, but if every person is squeezing the body like that, it is. Then somebody take it and pay, Papa, I think it is not a good thing. So our people, my brothers and sisters, that they are up, that they are really trying to help, to push forward for this problem. They should keep away
Mommy,
using the money.
Thank you. 2 minutes. Somebody just come back. We'll take other callers. I know you have spoken well. Just wrap up.
No, I wanted to just round up again here with transparency. We must need transparency because we cannot the very thing that the Republic is doing. And another problem is our leaders that have tried to ask them. They know how much they have. They should try to come out clearly to clear off this problem of my trip to Goya, so that we should be calm. And another problem I want to add is that when we are talking of going to school, an ID card is a good thing. I know most of the people that have not got nationality. Some of us who have nationality in Europe, in this overseas. So we need it also, but not to go back to this, the very hand that the lion's mouth. So I want to say, if these people of the leaders of the 13 counties,
yes,
they should also control them. They should also control them to get the accountability, how much have they received since they started receiving, and how much have they spent, so that when somebody is sending money, he knows that we have transparency.
Thank you, Mommy. God bless you. Thank you. So
see.
County heads, all those in the counties. Mommy, thank you. Let's take another caller. Okay, so all those in the county must obviously try to ensure that they check on their county heads to make sure that everything they are doing is okay. So we're going to take another caller.
You know, when you have clear conscience, like you have all bullet that you are receiving every time. You must know that clear conscience fears no accusation. So if they know that their conscience is clear, they should come and clarify everything, and so that we walk forward. And another one thing which I want to say is this one you have said for the going to school, they start with Fako County. That is another problem I want to say, that if at all, not only when something is at hand, then we try to contribute. I feel that every month we should be aiming at least even 1 million Ambazonian out of Ground Zero. We can be contributing at least 10 euros or 20 euros a month to keep. If something comes like this, they just divide for all the counties. So that will be a release. If we contribute 10 or 20,000, 20 euros or $20. If multiplied by even 100,000 people, it is a lot of money that if some issue, when an issue happen like this, we don't take it and use without asking people.
Mommy, I'm so touched by your call. God bless you. And I wish that all Ambazonians would listen to what this mother is saying. Mom is calling from France. She's a very strong donor. Like last time I announced it that she donated $300 through Western Union, and we indicated to Joshua Carr 100 was going to Fako, and so on and so forth. So, Mommy, I want to thank you. You know, I be so touched. Which you don't talk. In fact, me I not fit talk to how you feel.
Thank you. And I want to advise all our people, we should be in the same level. Nobody should take big coat. There is no big coat when this trouble is concerned. Please, I'm advising all these my brothers that they say they're engineers, they're doctors, they're water. We don't need that title now. Any coat, you remove your coat and keep in the house. When you are coming to Ambazonia, this struggle, we must be equal. You do the work so that every person
God bless you.
Lift his hand up.
Okay,
let's take.
Mom, you know you talk so sweet way. I know I ain't been drop you, but I'm gonna take another caller. I'm not be biased.
Okay, your finger should be together to lift up the luggage so that we can go ahead.
Mommy, thank you so much. Bye, Mom. So we'll take another caller here. Another person is trying to call. Okay, thank you, Mommy. So we'll take another caller. 2 minutes so that we can go. Hello. Yes, sir. Go ahead. So, mommy, before you go ahead, I want to thank mom who just called. I feel so touched. I am very motivated. That's why I've said that I have a conviction that from the go, what I was doing was just the right thing, and I'm so amazed that we have all these people who are joining me today. Atta John, Charles Taylor on Facebook, Serene Nancy, everybody is back on the train seeing the truth. We just need to say, like Martin Luther said, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. If you support the investment in my trip to Boya for any reason, then you are supporting the genocide that La Republic is committing against our people. Brother, go ahead. God bless you. It's Brother Allen from Delaware.
Yes,
you
sir.
contributed $100. Did you hear me read your name?
I think I did, yes. I just wanted to commemorate what Mommy just said before. I think Mommy has done for most, if not all of us. There's only one little thing I wanted to correct, because, sometimes when we get a little bit picky, we have to be careful. There are things that, quote unquote, people that have done bad things in the past, they do, and it's a good thing. We should not kill the person because they did bad things in the past. Now, why am I saying this? Mommy had made a quote that she had sent 100 euros to the interim government, and she received a bill for 80 euros. I just want to clarify to Mommy that the reason why she only got that bill is because there are fees associated. So when you send 100 euros, with either PayPal or some transaction method, what happens is that PayPal will take the fee out, and they'll only disperse a portion of that money to the end. So maybe she got a bill because, in truth, they received 80 euros, even though Mommy sent 100. So
thank you so much. It's important. Yes, that clarification. I think
it's very important. Yes, people are watching.
Yes. Thank you so much. I didn't know that myself, but it's good that you have clarified. So everybody who is watching across, that this is
because some people may just assume that, because right now people are leveraging heavy on the IT, therefore they're all a bunch of thieves. That's not necessarily true. There are some things that we have to shine a light on. But Mommy did clarify. She did say everything. I mean, she nailed it in as clear terms as possible. Now, the second issue is about what Mark Beretta said. And it's funny because, again, we get tied up in all of this, mumbo jumbo, and we miss the message. Now, even though Mark's video was lengthy, and he said this over and over and over again, and I'm surprised how CRTV missed it, right? Mark clearly stated that because of the lies, it was time that the leadership be restructured, and he suggested or proposed that the leadership should actually be in Ambazonia. It should be back on ground zero.
I mean, thank you. But instead, Mark was giving power to the people on the ground. Remember, just not to cut you short, remember another newspaper, the very Horizon, instead carried Mark's article, Mark's message saying that can Mark and can Barata and Tato fix the ruthless revolution? You remember that headline? So they were saying that people are happy that Mark instead said that power should go back to ground zero. But other newspapers took it the other way. God bless you for bringing this up.
No, I want to also assume that most Ambazonians who live in the diaspora are educated. I mean, from what I'm seeing on Facebook, maybe that's not the case. But I want to assume that most of us who are in the diaspora are educated, and we're able to call a spade a spade. Mark Beretta's video was very clear, and he did mention the fact that, those of us in the IT had goofed up. Now, where I have a problem with Mark's video, or where I think it could have been corrected, was that he spoke on behalf of all of us in the diaspora. But the example that he cited, or the examples of a group lying, the only group that he cited as lying to the people of Amazonia is the interim government, the IG group. So I don't think that it was fair for him to have bunched us all in that same category and said that we told you lies. No,
exactly. That's the only problem.
It's not we. I mean, if you're looking at the football match and all those things, those were done by the interim government group. So they are the ones that are going to hold that responsibility. Morris talk about and say, we're going to have a football match, or SCLC, none of these groups did that. They may have said their own things, but with regards to Mark's example, no. Now, Mark was suggesting that because of that gaffe, what he wanted to do was that he proposed that the diaspora should now take the leadership, and then we should follow. That part, CRTV...
No, ground zero should take the leadership.
Sorry, ground zero should take the leadership, and we should follow. He was even suggesting that in terms of those of us in the diaspora, we should form the Revolutionary Council, where all these groups and county heads all come together and meet, and then we forward. Nothing that Mark said that we should abolish the revolution. Nothing that Mark said that we have come to our senses and we are now no. So that we need to point these points out. Like I said, I'm hoping that the diaspora who are supposed to be quote unquote
educated can be able to pinpoint some of these things and force these things, in the media. Because remember, the international world the international body is actually watching some of these things. And if we're going to go ahead and start piggy banking and doing all this stuff on Facebook, we represent the people of Amazonia. Remember that most of the guys on Ground Zero don't have access to international media, to social media the way we do. It's being restricted, it's being cut off, and everything else. So when somebody, let's say President Putin from Russia, says, okay, let me get an idea what's going on in Amazonia, and he opens a Facebook page and he sees all this stuff, he will rate us as a C. Whereas I know we're better than that. I know we're a B or A. Okay, that's my second point. Now, my third point, which actually should have been my first point, is the idea of method of going forward. Now, how do we go forward? Eric, you mentioned a very good point about institutions and then the people who run them. And I think I like the way you put it, the fact that before you can build a strong institution, you have to have people that have people, God-fearing people who
principled people.
Okay, exactly. And when you have those people and they build the institutions, then the institution now has a set of rules and regulations that everybody follows, which means that no matter who you put in that institution, like in the United States, you have McDonald's running 24 hours. If you have a bad manager, and the way the system is structured, you just take out the manager, put another one in, and McDonald's continue to follow. Nobody owns it. One man does not own McDonald's, but it's always there, it's making business and moving forward. We have to build, Amazonians have to build institutions that run in a business format of that nature, so that no matter who is in that institution, it will still be able to move forward. Now, look at the example of I just give an example of McDonald's. I cannot quote the other one with regards to this country, but you know what I'm talking about. The institution is guiding him as a leader, so he cannot do certain things, okay? If it were not for the institution that was put by the forefathers, he would have taken this country to a whole different scenario, and I think we all know what we're talking about. But in terms of that institution right now, what do we need for this revolution? I don't care whether you speak English, French, Creole, Bali, Bangla, whatever the heck it is. We need money for the revolution. And there are two ways about getting that money. The first way is to find out where the $8.1 million went, right? It was money that was already given by Amazonians.
Very important. Okay, we must find out where that money went to.
No. Wait. Not must. The first point is, that's the first option. Option number one is to find out where the $8.1 million went, which was money that was already given by Amazonia. That's cash. I don't think anybody paid with pledges. The money that the report gave out, the $8.1 million, is actual cash.
No, 811,000.
Okay, sorry, 811,000. Okay, that's point number one. Now, point number two: how do we get money? Is to galvanize Amazonians and others who have our revolution at heart to raise money for the revolution. And then point number three is a combination of point one and point two above. That is it. There is no point number four. So how do we get money? Number one, we go after the money that's already been given and we try and get the money back. Number two, we try and raise more money. Now this is where the problem is.
So point number three, how do we get money, is a combination of point number one and point number two. This man.
Yes.
You are a very dangerous philosopher, man.
There's no other third
2
one.
minutes. No, you are done. You are done. You have said everything. So Mr. Allen says that the first thing to get money is to go after those who have taken that 480 million. Number two way to get money is to galvanize people who have the revolution and who will contribute. And number three way of getting money is to put number one and number two together and we'll win the war. This boy, you took that sense. Thank you so much.
But the only problem is that point number two, for some reason, is lingering along point number one. You know, how do you execute point number two in terms of galvanizing Amazonians and people who support our revolution, when point number one is still hanging on our head? And that's where the critical point is, right? If Amazonians are willing to do point number two without point number one, okay, that's a very tough nut to crack. Now, I forgot to mention one point when it came to what Mark Beretta said. Again, I've told you guys this, and I'm still pleading on this point. You activists need to have a forum where maybe before you go on the air, you share notes, not because you're trying to criticize each other, but if you guys had sat down, for example, and analyzed Mark Beretta's speech, Eric, you or Chichoka or somebody else would have caught some of these would have caught some of these misguided info, and maybe told Mark Beretta a better way to present his point. You know, I'm not saying I should micromanage each other, but, they say that two eyes can see more than what one eye can see. If this was on a forum and Mark was like, okay, Eric, I want to present to people this, you would have said, no, my brother, look, this so no move the one because this so they will take them or something like that. At the journalistic point of view, someone has gone through training for more than 3+ years. There may be something that you may be able to catch that Mark maybe cannot catch, or maybe Joshua can catch, or maybe from your
the same way Mark can catch something in my own speech I cannot catch.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. But but when you're live, sometimes you don't know a lot of emotion. So, but like you have said, everything that Mark said, Mark only helped to disgrace CRTV. I think that's it.
No, that was eventually you can see the truth because even the CRTV. But we have to be careful again about what we're saying about CRTV because the journalist who was asking the stuff was the journalist asked the question and he kind of let the other guy to kind of answer it in that particular way. So really to say CRTV, but the truth be told, that CRTV of course had to have aired what they aired because that's a propaganda machine for the government and it's in their favor to air that message. But the sad part is that Ambazonians should start thinking along the lines of that message as well. We should only be airing stuff and we should only be putting stuff out there that benefits our revolution. I have yet to see something come from the Cameroon government which does not benefit the government situation. Have you thought about that for a second? If you go on Facebook, you go on any social media, what has the Republic of Cameroon done or said that has tarnished that image?
Nothing. Thank you so much. We'll leave it at that.
That have tarnished the images. We have to be very careful. We need to learn.
Thank you. Okay, let's take next caller. 2 minutes, but sometimes when some tough callers call like that, So I think we are going to round up at this juncture. We have been here for close to more than 1 hour 30 minutes. So we are going to leave it at that. So the contributions are still ongoing. 202-390-2247. I will get backstage with Joshua Carr. We still are going to get everything. And let me see this. So we will read any other person that will contribute. We'll read. Let's take this caller. Last caller for the day. I don't know, it's a strange number, whoever is calling. Hello. Just 1 minute. Let me put your hands free. Hello?
Am I live?
Yes, you're live. You're live.
Okay, I'm calling from Turkey. I am Ambazonia. I go by the name Ambazonia. Yeah, so I just wanted to reiterate some things that you have said. Concerning Dr. Sako. Before we could contribute this my money to Boya, Sako vowed that if we give him this money and he doesn't take us to Boya, we'll resign. And lots of things have been happening. We have been seeing so many things. I don't know why Sako cannot he's a reverend. I don't know why God cannot pass a message. Why can he not descend? Realize that the pressure is on him. That the people can no longer contribute. If really he has this revolution in his hand, he should peacefully resign and give way to another person. I don't know if it is that Sako should be the one to take us to Boya, even though he's lost of strategy to take us to Boya. I don't know. So sometimes when I go through Facebook, I see all those conspiracy theories. I see all those people when you bring up nice points. I see people. They may talking about you, castigating you, calling you liars, thieves, whatsoever. I don't know why can they not see the truth that Sako has failed. He needs to give chance for another person.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Eric, I have been following you and used to be a member in this IG. I don't know if there are some people that you can talk to. Let them bring sense to Sako that people are giving up in this revolution because they have realized that he has failed.
No, you don't have to give up because of Sako. The problem is that Sako is no longer considered to me as one of the major voices in this revolution. I have disowned Sako. That's what I'm trying to say. Because for what he has done, you see even that mother calling in France and crying. And all of those things. Just I think about the money that Mr. Alem has explained that if you give $100, you can receive 80 as a receipt. These are things that the IG is supposed to explain. But all the mechanisms that the IG have, they have failed. So nobody needs to tell Sako to go. Sako has gone naturally, and the only way he goes is by us abandoning him, contributing to our counties. He can remain there and be bearing some funny name. As we are all aware, I'm not supporting any other person in the sense that I want to support the person because I know the person. We are just supporting the procedure. Like we have all said it, and I've said it, that to me, Sako does not exist. Those who are supporting him, I don't have any personal problem with Sako. I don't have any issue with the IG. We just know that like you have abandoned him. That's how you have to talk to everybody that is by you to know the truth. And gradually we have top activist Salas Atepo who believes in what I'm preaching. John Atta believes in what I'm preaching. You believe in what I'm preaching. Ray Tima, Mark, everybody, Ashu Kingsley. Only few activists now are with Sako, probably 2 of them or so, but we know that before long they are going to come back to their senses. Thank you so much.
Yes, and one more thing, there's this other guy who happens to be a pastor. I don't know whether he's a pastor or what. They call him Paul the Lord. I don't know. He's confused. He's short of glory. He's short of sight. He can't reason. It's like he has been engulfed with. I don't know how I can put it. He doesn't even see the truth. If you want to even point the truth, when you tell him the truth about Sako, I don't know.
You see, the problem is that I don't just there are activists that I don't even discuss on my platform. But because you have brought this issue of, let me tell you the simple technique. Some of them go and say that, oh, you are calling my name on your shows. I've never called anybody's name apart probably Joshua K and Mark, who are people that I've worked with for long. The problem is that, okay, the caller is gone. The problem is that most of them, some of them who have just come into activism, they think that because I supported the interim government and I became so famous supporting the government, they would now be against me supporting the government, and that way they'll become famous. But they don't know that the ties have changed. You support any particular ideology based on its popularity and merits. At the time that I was supporting the government led by Sako, is because it was important to support it, and I stood for it against the rest of the people in this revolution. And today, I have removed myself. All the activists have divorced from the Sako government, and the activists who are still supporting Sako are only going down and down and down every day. So don't worry about that. They will obviously come back to their senses. Thank you so much. We'll take this other caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Eric.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling to contribute to your show.
Thank you. Go ahead. We're listening.
On 2 points. First, the point concerning the school resumption issue, which we need to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then secondly, concerning this embezzlement or mismanagement, let me put it mismanagement.
Yes.
Okay, I will look it from a bigger picture. Based from the inception of the interim government. Now I'm looking at it from the view of the structure itself and not the individual who is leading it.
Mm-hmm.
You come to, or hello?
I'm getting you, bro. Go ahead. 5 on 5.
That you might agree with me that the interim government generally has failed us when it comes to our contribution. No matter who is leading it or not. Even from the time Seko was leading it, it fails us because there was some problem of mismanagement with Milan.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes with this transaction that people were doing it using PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
So out of today, we never knew how that issue was solved. There was mismanagement.
Mm-hmm.
So when we look in both governments or both people who have been leading those, there has always been mismanagement. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm looking for a way that they can structure this interim government so that everything can be accountable. So I'm looking at it from a rational perspective because it has been clear and shown and proven that both leaders during their term of office, there have been mismanagement. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
So now, how can we structure the government? Because I'm not supporting somebody, I'm not behind or following a name of a leader. I'm following the government as that structure.
Mm-hmm.
The structure. That's what I'm following. So how can we, in this your platform, try to revamp the structure?
Let me answer you that question with all objectivity.
Okay, good.
Perfect. Before you go to the next stuff, you know, the problem is what we call era and mandate. When you have a mandate, you understand? Okay. Now, the only problem I have as an activist that I regret, I curse myself for that, is coming from the same area with Sesiku Ayoktabe. That's what disturbed, because Sako I would have messed up Sako so badly because of what Sako has done. You see, during Sesiku's era, now I can talk with authority because all that nonsense that you say, oh, tribalism, this, they don't longer say because everybody is seeing the truth. During Sesiku's era, I want to show a small example on my phone. I hope that I have it here. You see, when we had go to some people's wall, I'll put that out after this. They said Sesiku received Okay, no. Somebody said here that Sisiko received. I'll just put you on. Let me see. Perfect. I'll go to my WhatsApp. I hope that I'm going to have. Let me see. I'll send this to my friend Salas to look at it. Okay. Oh, perfect. You're on. Don't worry. Okay. Somebody said here that Sisiko received. How much is this? He said Sisiko received $1.5 million. That's it. Okay, in another post, the person said that Sisiko received over 1.2 billion CFA. Now, this is what I want to talk to you, brother. Those are two contradicting things. You know, during Sisiko's era, we did not have any audit or something that brought out clearly how much was contributed. And all of us will know that what Sisiko took was not up to what people are paddling on Facebook. And mind you that the money that was collected during Sisiko's era, the PayPal account for citizenship levy from Sisiko's era when Sisiko was arrested, it still remained with Sako. So we were still paying citizen levy even right during Sako's era. So you see the money, $811,000, which is 480 million, it's only the money that they talk about my trip to that mother was saying that people contributed, somebody contributed 6,000 and stuff like that. I'm not supporting Sisiko. What I'm trying to say that yes, there has been a measure of mismanagement in both governments, which we see everywhere in the world. But the first point is that we don't have one of the parties here to come and tell us what is going on and what went on. And the Ambazonian people did not have this problem with the Skapak issue. That is why they contributed and did not bother about Skapak. You get my point? I want you to get my point. You following me? Hello?
I'm listening.
Perfect. So
100 to 100.
Perfect. So we contributed much money after Skapak, but because we saw that Sisiko was going places, he was galvanizing the population, we can agree that it was a measure of embezzlement. We can agree. Now, Sako's era, which is a mandate, he took us and made a public declaration that give me this money, I'll take you somewhere. Bro, we have 480 million, which is what was declared. The one they have eaten money from citizenship levy. A lot of the money. And mind you that most of the money that was sent to the prisoners to Naira 10, it was taken from citizen levy, not even my trip to Boya. Which means that all that thing that you see that bills for lawyers, it is not my trip to Boya. It means that these people deliberately embezzled over $1 million. The Sako team, they have invested money in marijuana, invested money in bitcoins. Some still have money stashed in their bank accounts. And $100,000 disappeared on the 4th of June that Sako signed to a strange person in a Plan B contract. So these are the things we are talking about. And it is not about even the institutions, bro. I think that our problem here is not about institutions. The institutions are already there. Treasury is an institution. They are there. The presidency is an institution. The problem here, they are principled people. Do I have an institution? This is my own page. Do you give me money and I eat it? That's the question. I could as well, Brother Emma sent $500 at 1:43 a.m. I was sleeping or doing some other things. I got up, I saw his message, and then I checked my account. Is there? I've come and announced it. I'll send it to Fako. Do I need to? Even if I don't announce it, I can still eat that money and play some magic. But the problem is about being principled, that you cannot eat monies during revolutions. You cannot. We have Sako. What has Sako done? I stay in Maryland with Sako. He's the worst thing that happened in this revolution. So I don't want people saying that this government, this one, because when you say that, you give them away. You waste them a little bit for them to have a defense. No, these people have eaten our money. I'm very mad about this thing because I know what I've put in this revolution. And it's not going to fail based on the fact that some people earn money and they bring conspiracy theories on social media. We know what we are talking about. And it's so bad that these people think that they can rely on this issue of Skapak. That's why I don't want you to even bring it up. Because yes, we can say all monies matter. But Skapak did not hinder contribution of my trip to Boya. Which means that people already moved on. People move on. That's why the law can say, okay, there's a waiver at that level. But you took an engagement, a commitment, and you squandered 480 million. Nobody has any AKs on the ground. You know, if I had that money as Eric Tato, all of you can trust me that by now I would have negotiated. I would have worked with everybody. I would have called Cho Ayaba, Kwanga, all of them. We will not have all this stuff here. I said, okay, Cho come. Cho, this is 100,000. I announced them, but now sign a contract with Cho. Ayaba, that take 100,000. Deliver to us what you think you can do. We will not have all this suspicion. We don't have all this suspicion. The same thing with Akwanga. You not go and give somebody 5 times because you want to take him to go and dance in Florida with you so that oh, there is unity. So we all must agree that as a people, We have to hold Sako and his team totally responsible without bringing any policy of argumentum abaculum. Appeal to force. If you don't do this, I will not do this. So that is my point. I can continue saying more.
Okay, yeah. Then, Mr. Eric, now, as you rightly said, this revolution needs money. Okay, I've been contributing, especially supporting the ABC Amazonia TV. So now, how can we try to make some kind of arrangement? Because of course, that's like our own powerhouse when it comes to sending our messages. So if we are struggling now, we are trying to see how we can move forward. So how can we come with some kind of structure to see how we can be paying some of those bills in ABC?
Let me answer that question.
Because I don't think there's anything to do with my trip with ABC.
Thank you so much. Let me answer that question. Personally,
how can we empower ABC?
Thank you. Personally, I am a proponent of a gigantic communication machinery for Amazonia. But unfortunately, the managers or supporters of ABC are very myopic, backward, and racist in their belief. Because when you have communication experts, you must agree with me that I have spoken with Secretary Chris on many aspects. For example, they take Kuku that Blinks, who is the dumbest communicator on earth, and they put her in charge of the TV. That is being nepotistic, because you cannot put somebody in a television who knows nothing about running programs. I run National Telegraph. I'm not going to brag here, but I earn some money every month from my website and from some other things. I'm not even utilizing my YouTube because everybody takes my video, puts on YouTube. I'm not interested in that. In the months to come, we are going to have a National Telegraph TV running. And that TV will be running. I don't expect the Ambazonian people to come and contribute money. Now, I want to tell you that I want to discourage completely any contributions to ABC because we are wording Secretary Chris by his word. You remember Secretary Chris said that we should pay in 3 months. He will be able to do what will support ABC. You remember that time? We had this argument about ABC? Yes. Okay, this is long ago. This is because these are people who say things that they don't do. These are people who say they don't have no creativity because Secretary Chris thinks that it's just coming on that TV making noise and asking that people should block activists, they should unfollow activists. You cannot unfollow Eric Tato or Mark or Ashu Kinsley because everybody has his or her supporters. Now, instead for a communication officer to be friendly to everybody, he thinks that I am raising money. I'll give you a BLM. I don't have no problem with all the BLM man, although I talk against Chris. Bishop Abang Manface, my brother Ram, he's from the BLM. Joshua Cow, we have had our related issues. I'm still starting fundraiser with FACO. Now, let us put it this way. You must agree with me that we have a failed people, not a failed system. ABC is a wonderful TV station. But that's why I said about principled people. National Telegraph is doing well. We report news because we are principled. We investigate. When they say Manchu BBC died, we did not go to write it because we know that we are going to confirm. And when we confirm, we publish where they were. And finally, the Minister of Communication came out to say this people are not there just as we publish. So these are the things that ABC must start guarding towards. You are building a metropolis in communication. You are building you want to get authority when you talk. So ABC should know, for example, I have advised other journalists, and today I've seen some of them doing it. When you apply, there's what they call Google Asset Ads. ABC can still take my stories and publish on their wall, on their website. If they have a website, borrow from me. After they publish, they'll still make some money that will be able to pay their bills. With the following that ABC has, now when you have Google Asset Ads, you begin to appear on Google. You'll be having some, at least for the start, it will not be too much. But when your website begins to generate traffic, because once you have been imputed on Google, different people reach you. The American Congress, Russians, everybody will be reading you like how they read BBC. That's why if you go to your Google page, you see that sometimes National Telegraph just pops up and you read the news from Cameroon, from Telegraph. So these are the things that ABC has to concentrate on. Not having people who come on television to come and attack Mark, Eric Tato. And no matter what they do, they don't have any following. Because when you come and attack activists who are preaching the truth, because they have put you there, what do you think? You think I'll encourage you to contribute to ABC? No. You don't need to give your money to ABC. ABC should bring those people who are talking there and insulting people like the Uncle B, the L Chambers, and the rest who are making noise every day. Let them contribute. That's why I'm saying that the system is very, very wonderful. ABC, our presidency, our revolution, but we have had people who have failed because they don't have principle. We need more principled people than institutions. You give me your money, I can come here and read it, I can still eat it, but it is a principle built in me, a decision taken by me that I need to keep a legacy of transparency in this revolution. So you cannot give me your money and I eat it. That's why I can read and I still challenge anybody. My number is 202-390-2247. If you have contributed and you have not heard your name, please, you have the right to call me, tell me that Eric Tato, you have stolen my money. So, bro, this is the problem I will have. Secretary Chris has to retreat and then talk to experts. I'm an expert communicator. I'm an expert par excellence. And my business is National Lab is registered in this country in my name, and I pay taxes. So talk to experts. Ask Mark how are you succeeding? Eric, how are you doing this? Once that is done, once you talk to experts, we'll be able to chart the way for this revolution. It's not about thinking that because I oppose you. Even when Chris's mother and sister was kidnapped, I called him when they were kidnapped. I called him. I took my own phone and called him to get the confirmation. So, bro, I think that these are very important issues that you have brought up that the Amazonian people have to see beyond whatsoever. Somebody has asked a question about SCBC. I think this caller did not ask SCBC, but just for your information, I don't have too much to do with SCBC, but what I've seen is that SCBC has become self-sustaining. I go to Facebook, I see that Facebook puts ads on their wall. Only that alone will give SCBC money. SCBC has the way they do their business. So Secretary Chris can still learn from the people of the SCBC. I don't want to propose that let us match it. If he can manage it, fine. But remember that SABC has more than half a year accumulated bills for the satellite that have not paid. More than 6 months. Yet people go on Facebook, they're going, they're making noise. We are supporting the IG, our IG. You don't have money. They don't even have money to pay a TV. And that's why I'm crying that Dr. Samuel Komisako has failed woefully. And remember that what is good for whosoever is also good for another person. When I was condemning Cho Ayaba based on some of the issues that Dr. Cho did, today I can say it without fear or favor that we're going to take this other caller. There's another caller calling here. Without fear or favor that I think our brother finally dropped. I'm sorry, you can call on WhatsApp instead of calling direct. So without fear or favor that I'm condemning Dr. Sakoto for the wrong thing he has done. Yes, we'll take this last caller before we go. Hello, brother. How are you doing?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I want to talk about a Chris and communication strategy or plan. I think even if Chris no fit do am, I just encourage you for do am, because communication, like you know already, na a very massive thing for any country and any revolution or any organization. Chris Ano no get any communication plan, any strategy, other than for it for come for TV, can't talk about the state of the revolution and announce ghost town. Everybody if you do one. Two of you say Chris supposed to do, like you see like this thing where this lobbying firm that he do. That is how Chris supposed to form a powerful team. Then the monitor with the lobby teams that they do, then they counteract them, then they follow up filtrators on Facebook, thing where they try to discourage people for the revolution, counteract them. Then they concentrate on that. You get to get a solid communication plan. Then concerning Sisiko with Scapa, people don't fail for understand one thing. Sisiko no rain for up to 6 months. And like I talked last time, I get a direct debit for my citizenship levy, and I start my direct debit in November last year. So I be still the contribute. So many not try to tell I say so people the way they can bring up that magical figures, not be enter there. And in the times of Siko, they be able to pay SCBC their bill. SCBC don't ever go down. So at least some money be go up. And like you rightly talk, no person no be raise any problem with the money where they contribute towards Kapak. So
yes, bro, and you don't even talk say if I be one of the contributors, I not be even, and people don't know say majority of the money for Kapak, the citizens level going for Sako era. Most of the money.
Yeah, because I continue. I tell you, I stop on last November, so the money will still go on.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so thank you so much. So one time everybody will end here and for talk say we don't hear what you propose about that communication stuff. We'll try to work something up as a team, as activists, or build something better. Just for let you know, say for the communication, the lobby firm with there, I don't really make a program where we'll go out there for probably protest in front of them. We don't end, we don't take no more call. We don't get this show too long. We don't want to mean, your life will never stay. So we'll end for you. So one thank all man and for letting Amuna know say. Okay, just this caller now unknown. Just 1 minute, please. Yes, hello.
Yeah, hello, Eric. This is Bell.
Yes, hey Bell, how are you? You call unknown number.
Huh?
You call unknown number.
I don't call was on number where they live. You know the one pick my call.
No, well, you don't see him. Go ahead, no one pick your call. I say, nah, put the call. I never even see him. I pick the one, I never even know the call. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay. I don't know if I'll see them live on a private talk.
No, you did live. You did live.
Okay, no problem. Nami Bell, I believe say this name, some few people from Barcelona, they know them very well.
Yes, just go ahead. Yeah, the Ramo, yes.
I will call you so I want to make something that will be very, very clear for Ambassador where they be listening for you. Me, so I pay citizen levy, I pay BOD, I pay my Chukiboya. That one I will make me understand, say I be being a pro-IG. Everywhere they be pick Siseko, they can't take this other man Sako camp. I will still be pro-supporter of IG. But when I can't pay my Chukiboya way, Sako be come for a Zoom meeting. Now me, I be ask Sako one question. I say you condemn BOD. And me and you will know say BOD will be activated when you become as the president. Okay, now we my trip to Boya come to existence. How you feel guarantee we say the failure of BOD will not go reoccur again for my trip to Boya? Sako talks say the organs where they be consent for my trip to Boya, it been a separate body far away from politics, far away from government. Now, if people were trained military people, they were the big in charge of my people here. So let's be trusty. If we give this money, you know, should we boya, even I'm thinking it, he will retire as the president for IG. I want to encourage me that word alone. And I will go for campaign. And if you tell the number of people I will campaign, maybe they pay my people here. They know what the top they pay my people here. But I want to shock you. You know, before that time, for January 2019, this very Sakwe, they go from ESC. They carry the mount pressure for we say, no, we give them voice. I will be very, very skeptical about that one, but the pressure will be so much. Then we give them the voice and we start the campaign for people who will trust this man initiative. We contributed a lot of money and give to this man. I want to tell you, say, I will be very shocked when I be one to get to the voice. That was 6 months later. That was in August. That voice is to say, Sako never ever give them even a 1 franc. I will be very angry. I try to meet up with this Sako to talk with Sako. Sako tell me a lot of lie stories. I even believe those lies. Then I want to remind you something. I talk with facts. You remember the Minyenge incident, August Minyenge incident. I tell this very Sako and the John Igawan said, this is what we are planning. Here they are politics to the top. They say, why we no wait because of the plan rainy season. That's around the year doing a promises entire. This is what we are planning. If people want to help us. If we want to sign contract, we can sign contract. Here we do Sako talk. No, John Igawan talk. John Igawan talks. If we go for that Minyenge issue, we succeed that Minyenge issue. They will give me 5K. Our brother, do you know that after the Minyenge issue, these same IG people gave the 2,000. That was on Friday. And those guys called us and said they gave 2,000. I was so angry. I said, how can you people be deceiving people? I mean, what gain? Imagine that they can't start to say that picking the fishing for Minyenge Rabbit. They can't give them 2,000.
Okay, well, they go attack me. They go attack the military, right? So me people not confused. You say that.
And I tell the person concerned, say, don't receive them. Don't worry. Tell them back. Now every I tell them, say now maybe no say all to I don't talk with them. If they're on record, and I'll be audio record of a purpose. I send a short audio record on Monday. Yes, they will go attack military on Monday. On Monday, so you know, see a magic say, that means when the money don't go back with it, they realize that people never receive the money. Now, for the way the resources they come up now, they give the remaining 3,000, making 5,000. Share with government in lie and cheat. I talk with facts. I need to talk myself.
All right, thank you, Bear. We'll leave us for next call. We'll get more of these details.
I no one will take most of the time. At the military, at the passing message, because I pay my future boy. I want person 2 year channel. Make Sako here. If Sako know it will be good for you, make it call me. He know how to get to me. He give back my 3K when me have to pay. Because me, I'm not the beef here, I pay house rent. I'm not going to pay my house rent, then I pay another man the house rent for the birthday. Make it give my 3K.
But you get Dr. Sakwe number now. Okay, we don't hear. So now when the Blue Army, they don't talk say me Dr. Sakwe, Bear talk say me Dr. Sakwe give $3,000 back when he pay for my trip to Boya. Okay, thank you. This is not conspiracy. I think Bear get a receipt, he get audios. I know Bear very well. I would like to see some of those things. Thank you so much. We'll end the show here. God bless you. Now, don't really stay too long. Thank all my YG show today. God bless you. Bye for now.